It's that time of the year again. What is on my Android phone for 2026? And I got right here the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. Now, last year when the S25 Ultra came out, I also tested a bunch of other phones, but throughout the year after testing, I would return back to the S25 Ultra. We'll see how it works this year with this phone if I return back to this after review periods. But as of right now, this is my Android device I am using. And I want to talk about what's on my phone, what I kind of use, like my case and like my home screen and things like that, as someone who makes tech content for a living, essentially. So right here is the Galaxy S26 Ultra in Cobalt Violet. 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. For me, that's fine. If I had 512, I would have been fine with that too. But 256 gigs is perfectly okay. Now I do want to quickly mention, if you are picking up the Galaxy S26 Ultra for recording log footage and using it mainly for the upgrades for video, you may want to consider getting more storage. But for me, like, I'll record the videos and then I'll export them and transfer them into, Final Cut Pro and use them on my MacBook. So I don't really need to worry about keeping that footage here on my device. Now I want to talk about the cases that I use, and this video is not sponsored, but the current cases I'm using are from Banks, and this one specifically is the Armor Air Aurora case. I really do like this. Why? Because first of all, it's got MagSafe, something that the Galaxy S26 Ultra doesn't have, but it's also really easy to put on and take off, and it just looks really sleek and elegant, while it has, a raised camera area right here, so if you do drop it, it's going to hopefully protect it. And I've been safe with it so far and careful with my phone, so hopefully it doesn't fall out of my hand. But regardless, it does have precise cutouts. The S Pen is also really easy to remove, so just do keep that in mind when you're picking up a case for the S26 Ultra. Something to look out is how easy is it for you to remove the S Pen, something that I personally look out for. Now, this case, there's a bunch of different cases too from Banks. I'll be leaving links in the description down below if you want to check them out. But they make really high quality cases that look really easy to remove. That's all I had to do, and the case is removed. All right, let's get back to the video and let's start things off with my lock screen right here. So everything's pretty simple. There's just the time and the weather. I have my now brief right here, which it's not that useful. I mean, I still use it just to use it, but it's not that useful. Hopefully it gets better over time. But then I also have this wallpaper, and this is from my latest wallpaper pack called Aura Layers. Links will be in the description down below. There's about like 20 different types of this. So it's been my favorite wallpaper pack. I've been using it for a little over a month now, and I'm excited for you guys to try it out. So there is that. And then when we go to the home screen right here, as you can see, this is it. So obviously I have the Google search bar right at the top, and then under that I have a huge widget for weather. So this is the Samsung Weather Apps widget, and I just love what Samsung did with their app. Like, it works really well. I just love this animation right here. I like it. But for some reason, maybe it's not just Samsung, but it's also like Apple Weather. I don't know. Are these weather apps not that accurate? Because like some days, like right now, yeah, it's raining at the time of this recording, but other times it'll show like snow. There's no snow. It'll show sunny, then it's snowy. So it's like hit or miss. But nonetheless, I like what Samsung did with the aesthetic of their weather app with One UI 8. Then after that, I have, again, a Now Brief widget right here, which I don't really use too often, but I just like how it looks. And then I have right here the Google Clock widget. So for this, I get a bunch of questions. Where did you get that widget? You do have to have the Google Clock app to get this widget. It's not from Samsung or anything like that. It is from Google, so make sure you do get that. And then I have right here my first row of apps that I use. So first things first, starting off from the right, we've got YouTube, then we got YouTube Music, and then YouTube Studio. Obviously makes sense because I make videos here on YouTube. But then we have the Tesla app, and then the Settings app. And I actually use Settings quite often. And I don't really see anyone having settings on their homepage. It's kind of weird. Maybe I've had it since, you know, I've been using a smartphone, always had it on the home screen. That's just me. And then right here at the bottom row, we have the phone app, messages, Gmail, Google Chrome, and then the camera. I'm probably going to be switching from Google Chrome to a different web browser. I'm kind of looking into different browsers right now, but looks like Opera might be the one I might shift to in the next couple weeks to the next couple months. But yeah, as of right now, this is what I'm using. And obviously I have, you know, the phone app right there. I call people. I don't really actually text too often. I prefer to call rather than text, but that's just me. And then I get questions about, well, how did you get these dark icons? So I'll show you that right now. So to get those, obviously you want to have Good Lock, and then when you go into Good Lock, you're going to go right here to Theme Park. You want to make sure you have Theme Park inside Good Lock, and then you go to Icons, and obviously I have these dark icons right here, but you can obviously pick these up. You can go to Create New, for example, if you want to create your own. As you can see right here, you can go to Icon Packs, and then these are third party, by the way. So the one that I'm using is One UI 8.5 dark icons. So just make sure you have the right ones, but that's essentially what it is. Press back key twice to exit. There we go. And then we go home. That's it. Dark icons. And I think it just looks more aesthetically pleasing, if you ask me. It doesn't really do too much. It just makes the icons dark. Some of them, obviously, they're not supported, like here on my next screen, which is the Collector app. So starting off from the top, I have this huge Notion widget that I use Notion to run the channel, to run my YouTube channels, plural, which my main focus here is MTG Productions. But then I use Notion to make sure I'm on top of my like reels, shorts, things like that, and then other like back end stuff for the business. So I have that widget right there, and just quick recents and shortcuts. Then the first row, I have the Photos app, then Collector, and Collector obviously I use to, you know, collect and track my collection, my Pokemon collection. This I actually got recently, the Charizard, Mega Charizard X EX tin, and then the Mega Charizard Y EX tin. So I've also gotten some comments like, I actually want to see your Pokemon collection. I don't think it would kind of really work on this channel, but if you guys have any ideas of how I can kind of implement a sort of collection theme into these types of tech videos, let me know in the comments down below. But regardless, Collector is the one I use. I know there's a couple other ones like Rare Candy and stuff. Then I use Google Keep just to take some quick notes, jot down quick notes and other things that come to my mind that I want to make sure I don't forget. Then I have right here Clash of Clans. It's the main game that I play here on my S26 Ultra. I'll play Call of Duty as well, but Clash of Clans is the main one, obviously. And I used to have a older account, which I was much better, so I'm trying to catch up to that. It's taking a little bit longer than I had originally expected. Then I have ChatGPT. I have the app, and I've just been using it pretty much since it launched, I believe at like the end of 2022. So like I've been using it for so long, and while I do use other AI apps, like I've tried Gemini. I use Gemini, and I also do use Grok. Like I just kept coming back to ChatGPT the most, but obviously I'm trying other, you know, AI platforms as well, and we'll see what happens. But for right now, at least I am using that again, just to kind of help with the business, get ideas and just questions and things like that. It's been really helpful. And then obviously at the bottom right here, WhatsApp, you know, I use to, again, call and text. If I have friends like overseas, for example, like I'll use it to call them and text here and there, but I'm not using it that often. I used to use it a little bit more often before, but now I've kind of like stopped using it as much. And then I have right here, as you can see also, I got rid of the names on the apps, but again, social media, the three apps I have right here at least are X, Threads, and Instagram. Now, all of these are affiliated just with my MTG accounts. So again, if I'm using them, I'm using social media for MTG, really nothing else. I don't have TikTok on here, and that's because like doom scrolling, but I have TikTok on my other phone, my iPhone, which again I use to upload videos to TikTok and stuff like that. So this is really it, and then obviously same row at the bottom. Then to the left, like as you see, it like scrolls forever. So I made sure that if I want to swipe again, I come back to my main home screen, and then I got rid of like the Google feeds and things like that. I just really like this minimal. I think this is more of a minimal look. I kind of want to try different themes and stuff like that, or launchers, but as of right now, I really do appreciate what Samsung has done with One UI 8.5 in general. It's become one of my favorite custom OEM skins by far. But yeah, just to kind of showcase one more wallpaper, this is essentially what I use, and you know, I'll try to change wallpapers every so often just to kind of fit the theme of like maybe what I'm wearing, or like if it's a different type of video, or like the case that I'm using. Like I said, right now I am using the Banks case right here, but I do like to switch up cases as well. So I do have that option of having 20 different wallpapers that I get to choose from. But yeah, this is my setup, and it's been working well for me so far. I hope you guys did enjoy. I don't have privacy display turned on. Obviously, I am at home right now. When I do go outside, then I do tend to turn it on. However, the only thing that's turned on with the privacy display is when I get notifications. It will blur out that small section of a notification. That's it. If I'm out in public, I will turn on privacy display. A lot of people that look over your shoulders, and you start to notice that when you have the privacy display on. Again, I normally don't like using regular privacy screen protectors, but if it's built into the phone and I can just turn on with a push of a button, or I can add it to my routine and have it turn on in certain locations with geolocation, then yeah, I'm gonna make use of that feature. Samsung worked for 5 years putting into this phone. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna make use of it. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely be sure to smash that like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video, because it really does help out the channel out a lot. It will help push my content out to more people. If you guys have any suggestions of like cool apps, or you know, widgets, icons, launchers that I can try out, let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys want to see an updated video after all of that, again, also let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I read all of them, even if I don't get to reply to all of them, but I do read all of them. Thank you all so much, and I'll catch you all in the next episode.